Hamadi is a senior software engineer in the same institute, and we both are building Rayyan. Have been working with on Rayyan in the last few years. Just many people, since many people ask about this, so this is funded by Qatar Foundation, which is a non-for-profit organization in the state of Qatar, and it's fully funded by the government. So as I said, the way we are going to run, so I will start with the presentation, just give you an overview about Rayyan. If you attended this morning oral, which I don't think any one of you attended, so it's a repeat. So I'll talk about a few things about Rayyan, how we came to this. And then we'll go into a hands-on session where we go through, a working session of Rayyan. How do you upload a search or a citation file, and how you go through it to do your screening. This is the team behind the Rayyan. So I already introduced myself, plus Hussam. We have also Zbiz, who is a Cochrane author as well. He couldn't attend this time. He's the domain expert because we don't do systematic reviews. We are a computer scientist. And he provided all the expertise when it comes to what it means to do systematic review, the screening, and other things. And Ahmed is Al-Magarmed is a well-known expert in database. He's one of the members of the team. So how this thing started? Some of you may have seen this diagram before. So basically, this is from the paper from Guy Safnat, Paul Glasio. You should see Paul around, so if you wanted to ask him more questions about this. So and others, they did a systematic review about automating technology automation in systematic reviews. And they defined multiple steps, and what they did actually, they did a very nice job at going for each step in the systematic review and see what can we do in terms of automation. Because here we are in the area of trying to using technology to help in the process of creating systematic review. So basically what they said, they went through all of them, and then that any of these tasks could be automated. There is room for at any part of the process to do some automation and to help make things faster and better. So in terms of us, how did we get there? So because we are coming from a data analytics background, so we do research in database and data mining, machine learning in our group. So we said, how can we apply this method for building systematic reviews, mining systematic reviews, analyzing systematic reviews, and the underlying evidence. So, of course, as you may know, if you have already written a systematic review or in the process of authoring a systematic review, there are many challenges. Some of them, like sifting through the 100,000 of citation, being able to effectively collaborate and share data between multiple people working across the globe, and being able to track and label your decisions, and being able to, more mundane things like dealing with different formats, duplicates, and extracting the data, and just add your favorite in there. So the idea is that can we create a system to help lessen the pain in any of those challenges? Yeah. Okay, so our goal ultimately is that, we set ourselves is to build an end-to-end platform, as I said, to expedite the creation of systematically using text mining, machine learning, and data mining, database, and other techniques. And in terms of the current focus, if you have been using Rayyan so far, so we have been focusing on mainly this abstract and title screening. So given a bunch of citations, how can we make the work of screening the abstract, the citation using the abstract faster and easier for our users? And also, we have been focusing on how to make this thing collaboratively. So we provided some seamless, what we call seamless collaboration, something that is easy to do and without much effort from our users. And we also had added, as we are building this, helping in the abstract and title screening and the collaboration, added a lot of other features that we are going to hopefully go through in the rest of the workshop, like how we use the similarity graph, all the facets that we are extracting or computing from the articles, and like features being able to copy across reviews, being able to export outside, to export the data outside the Rayyan. Overall, this is how you would someone interact with Rayyan. So basically, you start with a citation file. So of course, the assumption we are making in Rayyan that the search is done outside Rayyan. Okay, so you go, you use your PubMed, Embase, or what Web of Science database. You go there and you search. You develop your search criteria and you search that, and you get a search result. And those search results will be put in some file, a citation file. We'll go about the details later on, and you give it to Rayyan. I mean, some of our users ask the question why you don't do search directly. We thought about this in the beginning, but it creates a little. It has a lot of issues. So if you want to build an automatic interface with multiple databases, so there are a few challenges. One of them is that not all databases have well-defined interface to interact automatically with them, building a program that can just go and ask. PubMed has a nice API we are using actually in Rayyan, but many others don't. And the other problem is that even if you manage to understand how you interact with those guys, with those databases, they keep changing, which means that your system may break all of a sudden, and then you have to go back and fix it. And then also, I mean, there are many other issues, so we figure out that it's better not to focus on that part. Although I think by itself it has some interest. There are people who are working on federated search. Basically, you create one interface that goes to all of those databases, if you can, and be able to do a search at once, and we'll get you all the results. But this is something that we do not focus on in Rayyan. The only thing we added it more of let's say, a quick starter in Rayyan, which is basically you can do a PubMed search. You go from Rayyan, you can enter a PubMed search, and then it will do the search on your behalf and bring in the result. Of course, there are limitations because of the resources it takes, so we limit it to 1,000 results, which is a little bit very small, I mean, compared to some of the reviews that we have seen in our system. So once you upload the result from the search, you go inside Rayyan, you upload it, and then you start screening by including, excluding, labeling those citations. And then as the system learns from what the user is doing, this is very important to understand. You as a user, so you're going through the different citation, you make a decision, include this and include this citation. At a certain point in time, after, let's say, Rayyan has learned enough from you, it will create what we call a classifier, a model that can mimic your behavior on the rest of the citation and give you this, what you see, what we call the ratings. And the way we do it to make it easy, instead of just telling you this should be included, this should be excluded, we prioritize them, which means we say this is the one at the highest with the 5 stars should be most likely to be included, and vice versa, which is basically the one at the bottom should be most likely excluded. And this keeps working on the background, which means after a certain point in time, you get more results. So it gives feedbacks to the system, and the system hopefully should be able to do much better job in the next iteration of the suggestion you give to the system. And other things, so, and then you invite people to collaborate with you, so there might be multiple people working on the same review. And also use as you work on Rayyan, you use all the facets that we are going to go through on the left to zoom in to the things that you want either to exclude or to include. There are other features like copying reviews or copying part of a review, exporting a review outside Rayyan, being able to upload PDFs, full text, and also being able to look at your data or your citation through a similarity graph, which tell you which are things that are more similar to others in a nice similar fashion. So this is basically in a nutshell how you interact with Rayyan. So as I said, we'll go on this things step by step. In terms of, as I mentioned, as you may know, so we have a web version, but we also have a mobile app. We also try to go through that mobile app. The mobile app has limited features compared to the full version, which is the web application. But most likely, for example, there is no way to upload citation from the mobile app. So you have, if you want to work on a review, you should first upload it from the web, the Rayyan web, and then you can work on the mobile app. The nice thing about the mobile app is that, as I said, you can screen on the go, and then it's basically, it works like any other mobile. There is also a way to filter on a specific thing. We'll go through those things later. The nice thing also about the mobile app is if you see at the bottom, it says offline. It means that even if you don't have internet connection, after you upload the data inside your mobile or smartphone, so you can basically screen while there is no internet. And then the moment that Rayyan found that there is internet, it will sync back to your data on our servers. So what we are going to do now, if you don't have, now we are going to do an actual review. It's not a real review, but just walk you through the process of how to use Rayyan. Before doing that, I will ask if there is any question on the phone. Feel free to stop me anytime. I think it's better to make it interactive. Otherwise, if I talk for 90 minutes, I think it will be very boring.
Is there a tool called Abstractor?
No, this is Rayyan.
No.
Yeah, no, Abstractor, of course. Yeah, there are a few, actually, there are more commonalities than differences. So in terms, the core of the screening process is almost the same. Okay, in terms, even I think the underlying classifier we use, they are quite similar. They are different. I mean, we didn't use exactly what they use, but the idea is the same. They use an SVM, and we do. We're going to replace it soon with hopefully a more sophisticated one. But at the bottom, the underlying technology in terms of the screening itself is the same. However, if you look in Abstractor, we have all this infrastructure, which is a web version. We have a mobile version. We have the collaboration. There are a lot of whistles and features that we have added that you won't find in Abstractor.
It's not very user-friendly. I didn't find it.
Which one?
Abstractor.
Yeah, but there is a reason for that. This was done by Byron Wallace when he was a student. So his goal was, it's not like he didn't do it to be user-friendly. You need much more resources to do it.
It has not gone any further since then.
Yeah, not much. Yeah, he does a few small things, but he didn't improve on it a lot. And for Abstractor, you need to install it locally in your machine, right? Other questions? Okay, so let's get started. So what I will do, I will go to Rayyan, the website. Okay, this one, right? Okay, so I logged in as Hossein because he has a cleaner. I don't want you to see my reviews because I use it for testing, and there is a lot of let's say. A lot of things that don't make sense, so I don't want you to see that. Because also, in fact, I use Rayyan for other things because if you have a bunch of citations, you want to understand them. Not doing a review, just understand them. I use it for that. It's very nice for me. I use also to screen candidates if I have all their papers. I bring them there, and then I understand what they are doing. So okay, just for the story. So, as I said, you log in, and I would like everyone to do the same, to log into either their account, or if they don't have an account, create one, or if they don't want to create an account, just log in at the guest account, which is the simplest thing to do. Okay? So, as I said, the first thing that you do, let me explain first this thing. So, it has 4 tabs. So, the first tab is My Reviews. Basically, these are your reviews. All the things that if you never did a review, it will be empty, of course, with the new review at the bottom. So this is the only thing that it will show. And these are all the reviews that you have. And what it shows the date you created the review and the title you gave to the review. I mean, you can give any title, and also the number of articles or citations in your review. So if I open one of them, what it says, there are a bunch of things that will be shown. So it shows the title, and also then the description, whatever description you gave to your review when you created that review. And then there are multiple buttons. Show, which is basically, we'll do it later, which is basically going to the review and working on the workbench. And then delete if you want to get rid of this review. Excuse me. And also inviting, when you want to invite people to that review to work with you. Okay, since I mentioned this, maybe I should also explain a little bit this, because we get question about this. So the creator of the review gets to invite others to work on the review with him or with her. Okay, which means only the creator can invite others, and he or she cannot delegate this invitation to others. This is how it is right now. We can change it in the future, but this is what the way we are doing it right now. And there are other things that once you invite someone to a review, the work they do and the work you do are separate. We know who is doing what, okay, in terms of labeling and decisions or exclusion reasons. So we know who is doing what. The other thing that you see in front of the invite is there is this bolt called blind on. Okay, so if there are multiple people working on the same review, the person who created the review can decide to make it on or off. Meaning, if it is on, meaning that you don't see each other decisions or labels. Okay, so you work independently from each other. If I turn it off, it means that basically whatever decision you make, include, exclude, or labeling, or will be seen by everyone. Okay, in that review, and it can be switched on and off by only the owner or the person who created the review. It's because we get a lot of people that say, okay, I cannot invite others, or I cannot turn the blind on or off. You cannot if you are not the owner of that review. So we put it that way. Maybe at a certain point in time, that one thing we could think about is to delegate. Basically, you are the owner, but you give that ownership to someone else, but instead of waiting for the other person to do the blind off and blind on other things. Now, as you see, so it gives you some chart to give you an idea of what's going on. So just a quick analytics about how much work has been done in the quality of the project is not that good, but we can figure out. So there are three parts usually. So how much have been left off, which means no work has been done in terms of screening, and then how much has been excluded, how much has been included overall, and then it tells you for the two. It happens that I am a collaborator on this. I don't know why. I think we're just testing. We don't do systematic review testing. So here, for example, me and for basically Hussein. So Hussein did, let's see here, they did that much exclusion, and which is to 60%, and that much inclusion, of course. And then also there is an approximation of how much time you have spent on the review in terms of the number of sessions, but also how much time. I mean, it says that he spent like 13 minutes on this. Just to give you, helps to give you a sense how much of you are spending on the review, how much your collaborating are spending on the review, and then also an important thing is that how far are we in doing the screening. So the same for the other. So it just basically it will give the same kind of information. Okay. So this is for the first tab, which is, as I mentioned, these are my review. The second tab is just exactly the same thing, is that these are review I'm collaborating with someone else on. Okay, these are not my review. This is not Hussam's review, but these are with someone else. I believe this is with Zibis.
The owner here.
All right?
Yes, the owner.
He's the owner of that thing, and then, of course, I cannot invite, and I cannot turn off or turn on the blind, because I am not the owner of this review. Mm-hmm. The third tab is things that I have been asked to translate. So this is one thing we added early on. So when you do the screening of review, there are some abstract or some tactics that are are not in the language that you understand. So if your language you understand French and the other are abstract are in English, then you have to ask someone to do translation. So the right way, the way it works, so you invite someone to do the translation. They will enter the translation manually, and then that translation will appear in the when you do the screening. You'll see it. You see with the original thing plus the translation in side by side. I mean at the bottom. Same thing. Okay, we thought about doing it automatically, but this is something maybe we can leave for future. We're basically using a tool like Google Translate or other tools that are available for translation, and then you just say, I don't understand this language, just translate. Okay. The fourth tab is other reviews. So basically, these are the reviews that the owner have decided to make public. So basically, they said for this emollient review. Actually, there is a paper on this. This is from Zibis. He said, okay, just make it available for others so they just see all the data that he has used for this review and what did he include, what did he exclude. And also it has some labels. One of the idea we were thinking about in Rayyan is that at certain point in time, we could, people when they work, especially if you go, if Rayyan is being used for the whole more steps in the systematic review process, it will be an interesting idea where this data become open source. So basically, so you publish the paper, but you also publish the whole data that has been used to create that systematic review, the document, the report that you write at the end, and then it will be part of the report. This is one thing that we are thinking about in doing in Rayyan. If people want to. I mean, for now, I mean, the way we are doing it right now is that someone has to ask for his or her review to be public, to be public. So if you happen to have, you want to review to be seen by others, because if it is others, you can do a reference to it, so you can have a URL, and then people will just go straight to that URL. Okay, any question? Okay, now let's go back to this My Review tab, and now I will basically what I will do, I will create a new review. So for this particular review, the way I will do it, and feel free to do differently. So for me, so the way I will do it, so I will take a search. I'll go to PubMed, okay, do a search, get a file, and put it inside Rayyan. For you, you can do the same, do your own search, or use the same search I'm using, and then get the file. Or if you already have your search ready on your laptop, just use it. Okay, I mean, for this, I'll do something Zika virus, because it's in the press. And then we do, I will go Zika virus. Okay, I'll just work, I'll just put something to show Rayyan features. So it's not really a real thing. So just give a name, so you give a name, and the name will be kept on your, this will be the way Rayyan knows about your review, call to your review. And then description, the description is optional, so you don't have to have the same, I mean, you don't have to enter that description. One thing we thought about would be to put your protocol or your Pico inside here and be able to mine them and use them for screening, but this is something we didn't really work on, but that could be something we could do. Okay, and then I will go and then just press create. Did I? No. Yeah, the internet is, oh, okay, it did. Okay, is everyone is at the same stage?
If you need help, just let me know so that
Yeah.
I can help you out.
The internet is slow. Okay. Okay. So as I said, the way I will do it, I will just go to PubMed, do a search, get the file, and go back to Rayyan. And this is how I would assume that many of us, many of you will do their start off with Rayyan. As I mentioned, so yeah, go ahead.
Normally we go via EndNote, so we pump everything into EndNote.
Ah, yeah.
EndNote.
Actually, there are people who do it that way. That's a good point, Justin. So basically, I mean, a lot of people, they do a lot of work in many places, and they put everything inside EndNote, and then push it in a ENW format or RIS format, which EndNote can export, and then go to Rayyan. So there are many ways to go there. So I'm just explaining the easiest way for me is just to go to PubMed, do a search, and push it into Rayyan. So let me just do a simple, very simple search. I have seen searches in systematic review. They're much more complicated. So there is no need to go there because I guess you work either by yourself or your search specialist to come out with the best search strategy for PubMed or for the other databases. But for me, I mean, I'm as simple as putting one keyword. Actually, Zika is good enough because it's small. So I will just ask PubMed to search for Zika, and they found 1,677 results. Okay. Now, this is what I would suppose. Here, of course, I also mentioned as I go. I mentioned some of the problems we encounter with our users. So a lot of people ask about the format and how I get it. So the way each database has its own way of exporting data, okay, to their whatever format. Some of them are very bad in the sense there is no way. You have to, it's almost by hand, okay? And they give you a format that is not a format that is good for the eyes, but they are not good for a machine, because we don't know what are the titles, what is the name of the authors and the journal and this kind of metadata information. But the decent database, they do export to a good format. For example, PubMed is a decent database, I would assume. So you basically, in the way you would do it in PubMed, would be to go to the send to link, choose file, and then for the format, you would choose XML. And then for the sort, it doesn't matter because this is sort for the eyes, it's not for the machine. So the sort order it's not really important. And then you say create file. And the way as I said, the way it will work for the other database, it should be similar, more or less. Although to be honest, I have seen other places, it's quite hard to get the data out of that. I'll go through some things that we can work around for this later on. Okay. So now I'm assuming everyone did his search or has her own file with her, and then now we are going to go back to Rayyan. Oops, it's not this one. Okay. And that what I will do, I will select files. Basically, this is how you do the selection. So you select the files that you want to create to upload to Rayyan. Sorry, it's not. I'm not sure I can make it bigger. Let me try. Yeah, it doesn't go bigger. I mean, that small window doesn't matter. It's just a regular file window that you get for in any machine. I hope I can see it. That's all. Can you?
I can look for my machine.
No.
Actually, it's recording.
Mm-hmm. So we go. I mean, my machine was in the download file. Download folder. This is the file that we just downloaded from. Downloaded from PubMed. Did I select it? I did, right? Something happened. I don't understand. I'm sure I did, but let's do it again. Mm-hmm. Hope. Okay. It's working. Okay, so what's happening? So now, Rayyan got the file and is starting to process the file. Okay, before explaining what's happening to the file, I would like to spend a little bit of time on the right side of the screen, which is where we explain the different supported format. But a lot of, as I mentioned, we get a lot of questions about this. So the only format that we support are the following. So there is what we call the EndNote export. So EndNote has a feature to export files, citation file, and it's called EndNote export format, which should end with the extension .enw. One of the mistakes that some of our users make is to use to try to upload what we call an EndNote library, which has everything, right? Which we cannot read, basically. As of now, we could add it in the future, but for now, we are just using that format. And then, if you want to understand how you do it, you just go to the EndNote desktop guide on that same part of the screen, and it explains how the EndNote guide do the export. Okay. We also give other guide for Mendeley, Papers, which is another reference manager, and Excel. So if you want to put them in CSV, the PubMed guide, which I just explained, and also the Science Direct. Maybe let me spend quickly about the Science Direct case, which is an easy case, and I like their interface; it's quite neat. So basically, if you do a search in the Science Direct, so there is a very simple way to do an export. There is a button called Export, and then you just say Direct Export, and then you pick the format, which is the RIS format, which we do accept, and then you say what do you want to export. Basically, you want both the citation, which is the data, the metadata, which is a title, author, journal, and then the citation, the abstract, and then you say export. It's quite neat. I mean, I like this one and the PubMed one compared to others I have. I don't like, but this is what we have. So this is one of the guide. Yeah.
Have you thought about exporting from then the clinical trials registries?
Yeah, this is something we are thinking about. Yeah, yeah. But a clinical trial now, it's a different animals kind of things in our system. We have to think about how to represent it, because the assumption now in Rayyan is that the file is a file of citation. The element or the entities are citation, right? Now, if you say clinical trial, now it's a different kind of entity. We cannot mix them. I think we can consume them. You just need to write an interface for that. And we need also to make sure that we distinguish this inside the system. So I think it's not a matter just to add them. It's a matter to think how they will live with the citation. That's the things that we would like to do. Did you press something?
It was uploaded twice, so I canceled the second one.
Okay. So what is happening now? Rayyan is reading the file, the XML file. I don't need to show it. I mean, we could open it, but it doesn't matter. It's just a bunch of XML tags. So it's reading that XML. There are two main things it does. The first easy thing is to just understand who are the authors, and then what is the title, what is the abstract, where it was published. It could be dates and other information. These are just extracted from the XML file. Okay. Okay. So this information is extracted from the XML file. There are other information that we sort of guess or compute from the citation that you give us. One of them is the topics. I will show it, but on the left side, so we have this topic piece about your citation. Those topics are mesh terms that we have extracted from the citation. We have a model that is able to reading the title and the abstract, tell you what is the topic, tell you the top 10 or 20 topics, I don't remember, so because we rank them how frequent they are. So those topics, so we extract them, and then we show them to you. So there are things, For example, we also guess the language. So it's other than we guess it's in English, but if it's not English, we try to guess which language the abstract and the title are about. One of the other things that that is being computed, which is we take every citation, and then we compute the similarity in terms of how similar they are in terms of their titles, their abstract, and also in terms of their authors, because we use this information when we display the similarity graph. One thing that you see, that the green thing that you see popping up, is that how much has been processed so far, basically. Okay?
Average time.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, something maybe just to give you an idea why it takes. I mean, it takes time. So you would say like for like 6. I mean, we did some computation. We tried to understand how fast or how much it takes to process data. On average, for 600 citation, it can take between 2 minutes to 5 minutes on average. So the more, of course, the more articles or the more citations you have, so the more you need to wait. Okay, so we get a lot of people saying, okay, I don't have my citation, they don't wait enough. I mean, it can take 10 minutes, can take 20 minutes, depending on how big. I mean, if you have, I have seen like 40,000, 60,000, 50,000 citation being uploaded to Rayyan. So this will take a little bit of time. Okay, so the way I would do it, so I prepare everything, press the upload button, and then continue, and just leave it alone for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then go back to Rayyan to do the work. Now now the upload is done. Why it's complaining?
I don't know. Let's see. I think that some of the facets are failing.
What's that?
Some of the facets are failing, I think.
Mm. Oops. What happens? The nice thing is that nothing gets lost. We can assure you about that. I mean, a lot of things can happen on your browser, but the data is there. It can. I mean, it's well. We keep it on the cloud, and there are enough redundancy to avoid any problem. So if things go wrong, so the data should be always there. Okay. Okay, let's now try. What I will do now, I'll go through the different pieces of the screen. Sorry for the quality of the projection, but I don't know why it is. Let me see. Mm. It's worth blank now. I don't know. Is there a way to make it better? I don't know why the quality is so bad. HDMI should be much better quality. Anyway, sorry for that. So what do we see now? Okay, at the top panel, if you look at the panel on the right, at the top, so it gives you the date. It was we created this review and the name of the review, and then it says showing 1 of 8 or 1 to 8, which is basically what you see at the bottom, of 1,608 unique entries. So we get a lot of these questions about I uploaded 1,677. Why do I see only okay? I don't know, with something going on. Someone is playing with our system. I never had this problem before. Why do I get less than what I had uploaded? This is basically what we do. So we remove the exact duplicate. What I mean by exact duplicate, same title, same authors, and same journals. It has to be the same thing. So we just do and same abstract, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the same abstract, which means that these are exactly the same duplicates. We just remove them. This is why you see the discrepancy between the two numbers, which is how much you gave to Rayyan and how much Rayyan returned to you. In terms of the duplicates, the way we do it right now, it's very simple. So as I said, we remove the exact duplicate. But we also give, if there are other types of duplicate, we give, if you look at this, I don't think there is any. Yeah, here there is not. Oh yeah, there is. Oh, there was some empty. I think my file was a bit. Let me take this one. It's better because I don't think this not available. So basically here, there are for the same entry, we thought that there are. I'll go back to this later, but just because I mentioned this, so that there are multiple possible duplicates. Okay, I will explain later when we do the screening, include what happens to those. But for now, I would say that we're working on a better model for duplicates, and the way we are thinking about doing it. So you upload your files, and then we say, okay, these are possible duplicates, and the user will have to give feedback. Is these are real duplicates or not? So our experience is that we can do a very good job in terms of determining that these are duplicates, but there is always, of course, room for errors. And the best way to avoid those errors is to have feedback from the user. So we have the user, these are duplicates, and then the user will say yes or no. And then if the user is interested, he will either, or she will either delete one of them, merge them, or just leave them as is. Delete meaning get rid of them. I don't want to see them. Merge meaning that instead of, because there may be some information in one citation that is not in the other, so you want to get both information, consolidated information in the two. Or leave them as is, meaning that mark them as duplicate, but leave them as two entry in my list of citation. And all the decision that I will make in terms of include will be on both of them. So we're still working on this. So hopefully, I hope in a month or two, we should be able to roll out this feature. Okay? So this is what we see, as I mentioned, on the top. We'll go to the right part later on because it's something we will do after. Now I'll go lower. Any question? Okay. Now so as I mentioned, so you see those the title and those things, and now this is your list of citation. Okay. So there are many ways to rank or sort them. So you can sort them by date. This is the date we got from the data you gave us. Okay, so we didn't invent this date. So whatever the citation says, we'll put it there. Okay, this is the date of publication.
It's back to 1952.
Yeah, this is interesting. Yeah, I don't know. The first paper was on September 1st, 1952. Interesting. Okay, I don't know why. We'll see the distribution here later on. Something I just saw that in attention. Some of them are 2017. Can someone explain why? I would say these are preprint. So let's see. Yeah. Anyway, this is what it says. This is what we didn't. We brought it from the data. So maybe I don't know. This is the way we can look at what we can do.
Click on the button.
This one. Let's see. This is interesting, but I would like to. Yeah, this is what PubMed is saying. Yeah, it's not us. Okay. Of course, believe me, it's not Rayyan. So it says January 2000. These are, I think, ahead of print. Yeah, these are EPUB ahead of print, which makes sense. Okay, so don't say, okay, there is a problem. The 2015, we are in fact 3 months behind. Before it existed even. Okay, the other thing you can sort by is title. So just to simplify, it can be alphabetical order of the title. I go to rating later on once we have something. And the other thing, as I mentioned, with duplicate, how much duplicate each one of them has. Possible duplicate, not actual duplicate, because we don't know. This is what we believe are duplicate. I think here, okay, I see. This don't have a title, which is strange. Let's see why.
Not available.
Yeah. Can go here. Yeah. I think for whatever reason, missing. Let's see.
Article in French. English title.
Was that? Mm-hmm.
Because the title is in French.
Yeah, the title was not put in the right place.
It's auxiliary title.
It's an auxiliary title, so we didn't take it as the title citation. This is why it went to the, it says not available.
We should look
Okay.
into this.
We should fix this. What else? Okay, and the way you basically you scroll here or you list them, you just by scrolling with your mouse or using your keyboard. Okay, both the keyboard and the mouse can be used for this to go through all of these guys. Okay, fine. Let's go now to the bottom part of the screen, which is this part. Now, so you are going scrolling back up and down in your list of citation, and now, of course, you are here for screening. This is the main thing we are doing for now, right now in Rayyan. So you do include. You also do exclude. Basically, you just press include. Then the moment you press include, it will show Hosam, right? The green thing. So basically, Hosam decided to make this thing include. Or let me go to another one, just close by, exclude. It will show Hosam as in the red column, meaning that Hosam made the decision that this should be excluded. Yes?
Have you got hotkeys to do that? Or can you bind hotkeys?
Yeah, I will explain that. Ahead of me. Of course, if you are not happy with this, you just do undecided. I mean, you made a mistake, whatever, or you are not sure yet, so you just get rid of that. Now, sometimes people, as they exclude, we have seen that people wanted to now or to put a reason for why they exclude. These are some of the reasons that we have seen people using, like background article, foreign language. I don't know why you should exclude foreign language, but it's there. Because it doesn't mean that it's not good. Wrong drug, wrong outcome. These make sense. Wrong publication type, wrong study design, wrong study duration. So basically, what you do, you just click on that reason, and then what happens here, it is excluded, and then there is a label for called exclusion reason that is added to the article. Okay. Another way, I will do the same thing, but in this in this time, I will add my own. How to add your own picture? Oh, you have to write here. Okay. Wrong. I just say wrong type. Okay. So basically, if you are not happy with all the labels that we have provided, you just add your own. As you type in, if it's not in the list, you say new. Okay, I just click on that, and now I excluded this citation, and the label of the exclusion reason is the label I just had included.
Is that only related to this specific review, or will it be for every review I create?
No, this is specific for the review.
For this very
yeah,
much.
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
This is specific for the review. Although I think there are workarounds where you can export things to, but we can talk about this later.
No, that's
if you want to push it to other places.
Yeah.
Now, I mentioned the include, undecided, exclude, exclusion reason. The other thing that people people have used a lot is this tagging or labeling. Because you are going through the screening and you want to say something about that citation. And the easiest way to do it is just put a label there. Or you say, for example, you go to this label thing, I'll say interesting. Interesting article, of course. I would say, you'll say more intelligent thing, but just to make it easy. It says an interesting article, and it says new. Why it says new? Because this first time I'm using this label, okay? And then it says new. So next time, if I want to do a labeling on another citation, I press here and see that label is already exists, so I don't have to type it again. That's the idea. Okay? That's a good question. I don't know. Can we?
Yes, of course.
I never did it, so. So let's say another reason to exclude. Yeah, you can. It looks like you can. Yeah, you can. Yeah, I never did it that way, so I didn't. Okay. But here we cannot because I'm alone in this review. I'm alone, so there is nothing to blind. We'll do that exercise once we. Okay, so Justin asked a question, the hotkeys. Yeah, we do have a lot of nice hotkeys. For example, here you don't have to, if you want to, let me go to a non-polluted citation that I didn't touch. I'll go to this one, Zika virus outbreaks in the Americas. I want to include I, okay? I want to exclude the next one, E, okay? I want to label L, and I type my label. And then, exclusion reason. Can we do hotkey? Is there a hotkey for exclusion reason?
R.
R. Yeah. For exclusion reason, I put R. And then, I mean, you know, you don't want to use a mouse. It's much faster. Right? You just I, E, R, L, and then you keep doing that. And then you just move your you move your
Yeah, full more.
you move the keyword. So now if you want to understand what you can do with the keyboard without using a faster, which is faster than using a mouse, you go to the keyword shortcut guide. It explains all the things that you can do. In fact, you can do it for sorting. You can do it for going 10 page up, page down to have multiple, for searching and other things. Deciding, labeling, as I just mentioned, and other things. Okay? So there is all the label guides out there, so you just need to open that and it will show you what you can do.
Very nice. Very nice.
For the two others, which is the highlight on and the upload PDF full text, I will go back to that later on. So we'll go down a little bit now. So basically now, at the bottom, as I mentioned in the beginning, this is just it's basically the details of your citation. If you want to know, just it tells you what you gave us. I will just, basically we are just showing the details of the citation, okay? And now the other thing that we show, for example, if one of the citation has a duplicate like this one, Zika virus and pregnancy. So what you'll see, it says that Zika virus and pregnancy has 4 duplicates. So this is the main citation, the bottom, at the top. And then you go down and you see there are other things that resemble this. We believe, Rayyan believes that this might be duplicate, which is written here, possible duplicate. The only thing that you can do right now in Rayyan is that if you are not happy for them being duplicate, you just click on the X button at the top right corner of the details box, and you get rid of this one. And then here it becomes this. The main article is by itself, and now you can make decision on it. We are working on a much better handling of this. So where you can do the merge, as I mentioned, or you can delete and this kind of thing. That will be much easier to deal with than to work with them the way we are doing it right now. Okay. So far, so good. Any other questions? Of course, there are a lot of links that you can open here. This is the details of the data, wherever it's coming from, if we know where it is coming from. If so, we don't, there is nothing to display. And then if you click on the authors, it tells you what are all the articles for that author according to what we know in the review. If you click on the journal, it will tell you all the things that are from that journal for your review.
For the Rayyan,
For the whole Rayyan.
For what we know about this.
What we know about this journal. Yeah, this gives you for the whole Rayyan. Okay. Okay, so we went from the top to the bottom. We left a little bit few things. We'll go back to that. Now we'll go to the left panel, which is a very important panel in Rayyan. and we'll try to go step by step what each panel, what is the meaning of each panel. Anything one?
Just one simple question.
Sure, go ahead.
Do you have any preference for browsers? Chrome or Firefox?
The way you do it, we don't have any preference, but before using anything, what you need to do is, before signing in,
Sign out, then you.
I have to sign out. I don't want to sign out. Let me do another browser. So if you go to Rayyan in the signing, I don't see that's too small. Sign in. So in the sign-in process, there is a link that will test.
Oh, very good. Oh, that's
Check your browser compatibility. So it will go through a bunch of checks and say if this thing will work or not. Okay? It will check the browser, if it can load what we call static asset. Why? Because there are things that are in Rayyan, there are things that are brought from different places, and some IT departments don't allow this kind of thing. We had one case or two where people were not able to use Rayyan because of this problem. And checking if the cookies are well, I mean, these are things that we need to track what you are doing. And then there are other things. Okay, so it's important that if you have a problem, the first line of things or the first check you do, you go to sign in and there is a checking compatibility that you have to press. And if everything works fine, then you should be able to work with it. And if still not working, then you have to contact us. So you go to the question mark and tell us what's the problem. Ask us for what is the problem. Okay, this was about the question for what kind of browser we should be able to support.
Would you invite me now or later?
What is the
Topics. Maybe problem computing or something. Review تاني كده. Go to another review.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I lost one of the tabs. I don't know why, but anyway. So let's go now. So the first thing you see on the left are the different, we call them facets. So this is the language we are going to use. And many of them is just a way to help you filter what you are doing. Okay, and also others are just to tell you, what you are doing in terms of inclusion and exclusion. Okay. The first and one thing that you can do, of course, you can move this tab around or close them if you don't want to see them, if they are bothering you. So you can just remove them or put them. Actually, you cannot really remove them, but you can collapse them or and put them at the bottom. If sometimes things don't go right, you can always recompute or refresh those tabs, which is there is a small refresh button here at the top, and this is the name of the tab. So the first tab is inclusion decisions. Basically, it says how many did you include, how many did you exclude, and how many are left. And here we have included 3 and excluded 4, and there are 1670 that are still around. Okay, and then I put undecided. The way I have seen people working is, I would assume that you are going to do it this way, is that the undecided button should be, this is the filter you are going to do, except if you want to see what's going on the excluded or what's going on the included. But usually you care about those things because you're not done yet with them. The second tab, of course, here I'm in the case where there is no collaboration. Once we do a collaboration, we'll see one tab that will pop up, another tab. Maybe I should do it now, so we don't have to. So basically,
Invite Murad.
Yeah, what I will do, you can do the same.
Invite Murad from your machine.
Yeah, I will invite. I will go to back to all reviews. Go to the My Zika virus review, and then invite Murad. He's a collaborator. I'll type in his email. .org.kr. The reason workshop. And Murad will get the email.
No, sign by Murad.
Okay,
Sign up.
I will sign up and sign by Murad. Okay, but they will see all the thing I have, so I wanted to avoid this, but okay, I'll do it fast so you don't see that. Okay, so now I invited Hussam, invited Murad, and then Murad goes to his collaboration review tab and then find the review. So you can do the same between your colleagues on the same table, or you can invite me or invite Hussam, and then we'll see the same. Okay?
You will get emails.
And I will get an email, so I turned off my email, so I won't see it. Now I'll go to show. Of course, as you see, I cannot turn on or off the blind because I'm not the owner. Hussam has to do it. The blind is on. Keep it on now. Show. The blind is on, so I cannot see the other tab. So can you turn it off? So Hussam will turn off the blind mode because I wanted to show something. Okay, the blind mode has changed. What will happen now? What is it? Yeah, I think I need to refresh, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I will refresh.
Maybe
Okay, it takes time. Okay, so this is what I wanted to show. So basically here, as I said, so these are there is a new category of in the facet, the first facet, which is inclusion decision, that is appearing, which is conflict. Okay, so basically now, if I do a decision, let's say I do exclude for this arbovirus infections and viral whatever. Can you do the same? Do include. Okay. So I made a decision to include to exclude this, and Hussam made a decision to include it. Now there is a conflict. You see Hussam is in green and I'm in red, and then if you see at the left on the top, the conflict says 1. Of course, we are in mode blind. We turned the mode to off, so this is why we see this. And now, this is also one of the things I wanted to do. This is to explain how things are working. So now, if I want included, it will filter on included. And of course, in this case, only Hussam did included, so I don't have, even if I filter here, nothing will happen.
do include yourself.
What's that?
Do include in a new article.
We mean, yes.
New one also.
Mm-hmm. No, that
Undecided.
Undecided, okay.
Select one of the undecided and include it.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
These are the agreements.
Yeah. Okay, we did few include, exclude, the two of us. I go to included. Now I filter on included. So the way those filters work, so I said, okay, show me all things that are included. There are only 4. And by Hussam, there are still 4. But if I say, oops, I didn't click. If I say by Murad, it's only 1. Right? Yeah, actually 2, sorry. So you can zoom in and zoom out. Who included what, and if you want to see only the included, the excluded, or undecided. And the same thing will, of course, but the conflicts, it's a conflict, there is no thing by conflict by, but this will be, I need to clear this. So it's conflict, and then Hussam and Murad are conflicting on this specific article. Now, another thing, the next facet is what we call the search method. Okay, we just happen to call it this way. I don't remember for historical reason. And the way this thing works, this is, remember the uploaded reference. So we uploaded a file called PubMed, and you see it here. We didn't change the name. The thing that I would love, people should do is before uploading something to Rayyan, it's better to change the name so it has a name that can be meaningful for them. It's mostly for the user.
Do you do this usually?
Yeah, a lot of people do that, yeah. So another thing that actually we were having a lot with someone, he asked about She asked about if it's possible to have should she start a new review if she has a new file for the same review? I said no. Basically, what you do, you just keep adding files. So basically, for this, I can go add new and do the same process I did before for adding another file. Okay, this can happen because you do the search on multiple times. They're coming from multiple places, and there are many other reasons. Okay, so you don't have to worry about that. So you just need to do the same process again. Go to the add a new search. It will open the file that we have seen in the beginning, which is new search for systematic use colon Zika virus. And then you select the file from locally, and then you bring up the file. Maybe we can test it now, but I will test it differently. The way I will test it is by going to the topic search, which is basically being able to search directly from PubMed. And remember, it will only give me 1,000 citation. Do you have anything that we can add to Zika? Any keyword suggestion?
Vaccine?
Vaccine. Although vaccine will be huge.
No.
No, vaccine by itself.
Oh yeah, no, Zika vaccine.
But Zika vaccine is already included in our search because we did
All the
Zika.
duplicates.
Huh?
You're right, all the duplicates.
Yeah, maybe. Do you know of any vaccine that is related to Zika vaccine? Something that people are thinking about, are talking about as a vaccine for Zika? If you can add another word, it will be better.
I'm just looking up now.
Well, asking Google for that.
Yeah. Inovia?
In fact, I. Oops. I.
Hang on, waiting for it to load. Sorry.
Yeah, it's.
No.
No.
It's okay.
You could try Inovia. I
Mhm.
N
Mhm.
O
Mhm.
V
Mhm.
I O.
Oh, Inovio.
Well, that's the company that's making the vaccine.
Yeah, it's okay.
Hopefully that might get you one or two.
Yeah, even if it gets a small one. 0.
Oh, no, sorry. What would I know about searching?
It's not the search. It's searching on the keyword only.
Oh, this is for the. Yeah, it's hard to.
Just do any random thing.
I'm stuck here.
أي حاجة. Doesn't have to be manual. Okay, عادي خلاص. Browser
No,
is stuck.
yeah, it's stuck.
Your browser is stuck.
Mm-hmm. Oops.
Okay.
Yeah, it's searching, no? Yeah, it's searching, but I don't know if it did find anything. Anyway, it should appear, as you see this thing spinning, so it's trying to get the data. There is a problem with the contacting PubMed. It created a small problem in the search. But the nice thing is that even if you see this thing spinning, it doesn't mean, you can still work. It will not affect your work. It will not lose your work. The next facet is the two things that we have added. Oh, it works. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Good one. I thought it would, because the 0 I was seeing, it was because it was trying to do the mesh term. There was 0 mesh term for Inovia. So my mistake. Okay. So now you got 63.
That's good.
So let me see those 63. So let's click on them. And these are, oops, let me clear first. I don't know what's happening. Okay. Interesting. ما بجيبهمش.
الانترنت.
Yeah, the internet it's super slow. It's creating some problems. It's not updating this panel.
Takes some time.
Yeah. Let's wait a few minutes.
Click على Zika.
Which one?
Click على تاني.
It is what I want. So it's not.
استنى اصبر خلينا شوي.
Okay. Yeah, we have problem with the internet. I don't know why. It's creating this problem. They have the same problem. Wow, super slow.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I thought you were
let's try
wrong.
again.
This,
Oh, it worked for you. I don't understand why it works for you. It doesn't work for me.
Sometimes it takes a lot of time. بس نكتبش كتير على فكرة.
Yeah. So I think for the sake of time, I have problem to this. What I am supposed to see? Oh, it works now. I don't know. It took a little bit of time. 63 is not a lot, but I don't know why. It took a little bit of time. So basically here I selected this search, and now I only see those 63 things that we have added. So you should be able to add as many search as you want, and you should be able to filter on those specific search. Okay? Now, let's go to the next. Let me remove this because I want to see more. The next thing is that what we call the keyword for include, the keyword for exclude. These are visual cues that we want to use for you to help you quickly see. I mean, because when you want to include something or to exclude something, you want to see specific keywords. So we started with this list, which we borrowed from InBase. I don't know if some of you may be aware. They run a crowdsourcing exercise where people were deciding if it was a randomized clinical trial or not. Okay? And one of the things they did was to show you the keywords to most likely include it as a randomized clinical trial and the most likely to exclude it. But the green and red and green thing. And they did an experiment. They showed that it was it made the thing faster. So we are using the same technique. The only thing we added is that you can remove some of those keywords because if not all keywords apply to your necessarily to your search. May I have people doing this for animal studies or for environmental studies? They don't care about some of the things that we have put here. So they will delete those, which is basically you just if you are not happy with compared with, you just remove it. Okay. Nothing will happen to your data. This is just a keyword, right? You don't want to see it, basically what you are saying. And you can add your own, for example, vaccine. Okay? And now what you see on the left, so as I said, I added a new guy, vaccine, and there are 149 of those citations that have the word vaccine. So if you click in any of one of them, it means that you will see all the citations that have the word vaccine in them. So you see it in the green thing, plus in the details. If it is in the details, you should be able to see it as well. I don't know, we'll see if it is there. Yeah, I don't know. We have some connection problem. So basically here I should click here and then I see the details and then if vaccine is there I should be able to see it. There are also as a keyword for exclude like this one, animal. So I mean if you are not interested in animal studies, so this will be used as a keyword for a reason to exclude this particular citation and it will be shown in red. Another thing that remember we have put some labels ourselves, so we added some labels and then Rayyan collect those labels and then I'll allow you to filter your citation using those labels. So you see here, so I have those interesting article and another label, my label that I had just added. If I click in one of them, I should be able to zoom in on only one of them. Something that you have to be careful with. It's not.
remove this.
Which one? Yes. Something you have to be careful with. When you click on different facets, it's an end. Okay, you are zooming in. So sometimes it happens people click and then they say, okay, there is something wrong. I said, give me all the things that have this label. I know there are many, but I only see 2 instead of 10. Because you have other filters in other facets. So you have to be careful. There is an end between the facet, and there is or within the same facet. Okay, or means either or, the logical or. There is no other or. And the n is n. It means that it has to be this and this. Okay, so you have to be careful when you use this kind of when you filter. Another thing that you filter, remember those mesh terms that we have computed from your citation, and the size here basically shows how many of those are there. And a lot of people found this very useful to quickly, in fact, tell you quickly what's going on in your whole citation. What are the things that are mostly there? The rest are just some metadata about your citation, like the language of the abstract, the main language. Some of this language is detected. We automatically detect it. So English here, French. I don't know if it is true. Let's see. I don't have any filter. And let me clear some of the filters. So I have cleared all the filters.
This few.
What's that?
Few.
Which one?
Yeah.
No, I removed all the filters. No, sorry. I have removed this one. Okay. Here's it says French. Let's see why it's saying French. Yeah, I don't know why. So I guess he didn't do a good job here in detecting the language. Let's say the Spanish one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, here again. I don't know. Yeah, this not working well, the detection of the language. These are just extracted from the data you gave us. So the type is, we don't do anything. We just, whatever types was mentioned, we mentioned here.
No, these are reported by PubMed.
Mm. Oh.
But these are the extractions that we do.
Okay, I see. So the abstract, this is the one that we detect, right?
Yeah.
I see. So PubMed, for whatever reason, they gave the main language.
The main abstract.
I see. Sorry, I confused between the two.
Not necessarily the one reported.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mosquitoes.
No, this is in English. It's not French.
As a secondary, some words maybe here.
Yeah.
Vélo.
Okay. Let me clear. So this the types of the article. What are the journals? So this is nice because it gives you the most journals that publish what you are working on. These are the different authors. So you see this guy is one of the main authors. And these are the distribution of the year. So something, because I did this search before, and I noticed that most of the search most of the data is coming from 2016. So there have been 1,450 publications from PubMed in 2016. Okay, so there are other things that maybe I should mention quickly. So you can copy data across reviews. Basically, so you're working on a review, and you want to put either all or some of the data into another review. And let me mention this. I mean, both the owner and the collaborator can do it, but they can only copy their own stuff. They cannot copy the author's decision to another new review. Okay? And then you can decide either to copy or the filter, meaning whatever filter you have put on the left. So I want to filter this. And then you say, what do you want to copy? You give it, yeah, of course, you have to tell where to copy. Okay? And then, do you want to copy the decision? And if the other review has already something, there might be articles that are the same, and the decision may not be the same. You decide which one stays. And then if you want to include the PDFs, the private, the labels, and the exclusion reason. Basically, you can copy part of a partial copy or a full copy of your review. The other thing is the export. Basically, is to get a file. So basically, the same way. So it's either all or filter. And then you get an email saying that your file is ready, and then you just get it you click on the email, the link in the email, and you have your file. This is just to do a new search, which is the same thing I mentioned before, and all of you is to go back to your reviews.
Is it possible to import all the PDF files from EndNote, because EndNote is so good to capture or...
Yeah, this is something we would like to add, so we don't have it right now.
Okay.
But this is something we should be able to do.
Yeah.
As long as EndNote is friendly in terms of, I don't know if it is an open, I'm not sure, we didn't look at this. The format has to be an open in the sense that we have to understand it. If we don't understand the format, we cannot do it. I don't know how the EndNote, because the ENWN format is easy. It's public. I mean, it's open format. We know how it works.
Yeah.
But the library, I'm not sure. We have to check. But if it is possible, we should be able to do it. Sorry?
It will be a huge...
Sure. So in terms, let me quickly mention about how to upload PDF. So you go to your citation or a bunch of them, and then you just click on upload, and then it tells you this four that you have selected, and then you just add the files. I won't do anything, I mean, because for the sake of time, but the idea will be for all the files, and then you just align which file belongs to which citation, and then they will be uploaded to Rayyan. The other thing that you have to make sure that you understand, you can upload them as public or private. The difference being that if public, it means that others can use them. You are making it, let's say, it's like a service for the Rayyan community. However, there is a disclaimer, so you're on your own. So if you make a mistake, there are some copyright on that material, you have to make that decision. So by pressing public, it's a legal, let's say, act that you are doing. So we are not liable for that. But most people do the private. I think there are few. I think there are like, not a lot, but there are like 500 that are on the public, which is not bad. Okay. I think we should stop here for the web version, and we will quickly show the mobile one. Sure, of course.
The keywords are actually keywords that were used by PubMed to index these studies?
Which
Or
ones?
what you have as keywords, for example, for exclusion?
No. These are, I mean, first of all, these are customizable. So it's if you don't like them, you just get rid of them and add your own.
Rayyan words.
But this, the initial list that we have used has been used in base to screen randomized clinical trials. There was a project they started 2 years ago, and I don't remember. I can show it. I don't remember the URL. But the project was to ask people to help in saying, is this a randomized clinical trial? There was RCT. There was something else. I don't remember. Control
I think the exclusion words are really powerful, right? So,
Of course.
Exactly. So if you're only interested in studies of humans, you think that the word mice is a good. But it just needs to say. I mean, does it just mean that the word mice is somewhere in the discussion?
Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, the word is there. I mean, just to say the word.
It just means that the word is somewhere in
Yes,
the text.
in the text, yeah. This is the only thing it means, and very simple. It's very simple. And as I mentioned, they did an experiment, and they found out that it was, made the process much faster. Much faster than doing it, much faster than not having that feature.
Yeah,
Turn on.
You can also import CSV files. Is system dictating the order of the fields?
Excellent question. So for the CSV, if you go to the guide, so let me, let me go to new search, because it will bring in the guide. Yeah, exactly. So this is the thing that basically you do it. So if you have, I'm showing it in Excel. It's much. Some people don't use Excel. You don't have to, because it's a text file. CSV is just a text. It's comma separated value, right? So basically, this is the thing that so a key, which is just some ID, the title, the author, the journal, and I think we don't care about the order. The order doesn't matter. What?
Has to be
Yeah, the labels, yeah. The labels and the comma, with the comma. It's a CSV file. So what we will do now, so Hussam will show you how to,
If there is time.
if there's, hopefully. Yeah, of course, sorry, yeah, sorry. Right, right. So the way what we are trying to do in Rayyan is to, I mean, the focus is on system, and not it's just in a library. It's a huge software for reference manager. It's a big reference manager. It has been around for centuries, decade, maybe 2 or 3 decades. So some of the features that you'll see are similar, but our focus is on helping the screening process. Maybe as one thing that I didn't show and I should have shown is one of the, for example, we do, once I mentioned but I didn't show it, which is the rating, right? So once you click that, you say exclude, include, we have a machine learning program that is our algorithm that is behind the scene that will learn from your decision and then give you those citation. Let me maybe quickly. And of course, we'll take an existing review because I cannot show it on a. No. Yes. So you see those stars on the rating. These are what Rayyan believes that the one with the green should be most likely to be included, and the one with more red should be less likely included. This has nothing to do with and is not meant for this kind of things. And also we have all the features about the collaboration that and the blind on, the collaboration, the labeling that the EndNote is not meant. And we are not competing with EndNote. We don't want to compete with that. Okay? Maybe if you, I mean, sorry for we're a bit out of schedule. So either you, I mean, it's up to you. I don't want to leave you. So we want to take 5 minutes to talk about very quickly about the mobile app. We'll take 2 minutes, and then I'll talk about the future.
Yeah. Thank you, Murad. You took most of the time, so quickly you can go to the App Store or the Google Play to download the mobile apps, or you will find the link directly on the Rayyan webpage. And we're working on a Windows phone version, so if any of you are interested in this. And we have just pushed an update yesterday, so it should take 2 or 3 days to appear on the stores. So what I will do after I upload download the application, I will log into my account. It opens Rayyan inside the app so that I can log in. So of course I should move this now. You didn't see my password? Okay. So now I'm
I was writing it down as well.
Okay. So I'm signed in now. It shows me that I'm Hussam. If I go back to the reviews, I will see all the reviews that I've created on the web version. Okay. And all of these are not downloaded yet to my mobile device. But it's not important. If I have internet all of the time, I don't care about downloading them offline. So I just go to the first one, Zika virus, that we have just created. And I will stream through all the articles, like what I do in my Facebook feed. So I stream through all the posts, and then it loads them. When I reach the end, it will load the next. So I see the title, block. I see the title and the abstract, and I see the same labels that we have just put on the mobile version. So I can change my mind. If I click on exclude, it immediately excludes this article. I go to the next one. For example, I decide that it needs to be excluded with a reason, so I click on reason. I select those reasons, or I create my own from this search box. Then it makes it excluded, and the 3 exclusion reasons are put. I continue on this. This needs a label, the same labels that I've created there. And if I create a new label here, it will appear immediately on the web version. Okay, so I put my label here. Then I continue to stream. Now it's, did you see that it was loading the next ones?
Yes.
Okay, like when you go to your feed, as we mentioned. Suppose that I go offline, but before this, you can filter by the inclusion decisions. The same, the facets you saw on the web version, I can only, I need to see only the excluded ones. Okay, so I click on excluded. So it filters, it tells me that I have a filter, so I won't see everything. Okay, I can turn on and off the blind mode from here, because I'm the owner. I will remove the filters now. Okay, now suppose that I decide to download this review offline so that I can work on it in the train, for example. And when I come back to my office, I need to upload all of these things. So I will do a real, test on this. So I'll go and switch off my Wi-Fi. Okay, now you see the bottom bar, it has turned red, saying that it's offline. But you can continue working. But whatever you do, because this I have uploaded part of this review, so I can open it, I change my mind, I press include, include, exclude. You notice that there is a count on the bottom right. It's saying 3. You have 3 pending actions, but it's okay, you can continue working. Okay, now there are 4. Okay, let's go back and switch on the internet, but it needs login. Oh no, Cochrane doesn't need login. Cochrane network. Okay, so now I'm back. I hope that it connects. Yeah, see, it turned green, and there is a sync, and all the actions were uploaded immediately. Okay, now I have internet, so I want to use this internet. I will download all of this review offline. So I just click on this icon, as if you're downloading an app from the App Store or an episode from the podcasts. Just click on download. It has moved to the upper section, downloaded. Okay, so let's switch off the internet. Now I go to the commute to my, home. I will work in the bus. I open this, I'm offline. You see, I'm offline. I can do all the actions as usual, like we have just seen. Okay, for reasons, whatever, I remove and add. Now I have 3 in the bottom right. It's fine. Okay, I will just switch on the internet. Okay, and whenever you see this 3 is now syncing, now it's done. Okay, if I refresh this, just scroll down, because there are some actions that happened while you're away. Okay, this review needs to be downloaded again, but it's fine. Okay, now it says 1% complete. Okay, if you do the same on the web version, it will do the same. It will clear it from your device so that you download it again. And that's it.
Sorry to review it. I didn't keep that notes. But any other question? So of course we are always available. So you go to